Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They start the drive with Cook. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
So this game here in London, the first of 5 games in the NFL International Series for 2022. We'll see the Giants and Packers here next week. Broncos and Jags at Wembley at the end of the month. The Seahawks and the Bucs, that'll be in November in Munich, Germany. First time a game's been held there. And then we wrap up down in Mexico City, November 21st, Cardinals and Niners from Estadio Azteca.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And he's taken down here by the Saints. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback, too.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Back to throw. He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation. Run it and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. Back deep, a Louisiana native, Jarvis Landry. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Winston escaping the pressure right.
He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 17 there and a New Orleans 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The Saints are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. They fell in the opener, got back on the beam with a win in week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea Slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg.
He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Cousins gives way to Cook. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Off the play fake, Cousins. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. To throw, Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On play action, Winston.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Kamara up the middle. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
From the 16, Winston. To the right side and complete to Thomas.
And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
All-pro receiver Michael Thomas missed all of 2021 while recovering from an ankle injury, but we'll never forget. He set an NFL record in 2019 with 145 catches. When healthy, borderline unguardable, just like he was on that play.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. Winston looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks.
And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get him next time out.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done.
46 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
First down, here's the run with Cook. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Again, it's Cook, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Cousins.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Cousins.
Hauled in over the middle by Rager. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Cousins. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Jameis to throw it. A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. Ready?
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The speed of Jordan Hicks on display there as he gets the tackle for loss.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Working out of the gun, Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Winston. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And given the elements, this might have been what we would have expected, Charles. Scoreless into the second quarter.
The elements have definitely played a part in this game, a big part. And I think that both teams have been a little slow to adjust their playbook and start playing to whatever their strengths are in these conditions.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Play action now. Cousins. Complete. Jefferson. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return. And a Saint touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken way up at the 25. And he'll be set up a good field position here as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And they'll get to it after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Now Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he will have a Vikings first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short. Blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Cook up the gut. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Cousins. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
down. They'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. To throw is Cousins. Open man is Thielen is complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 26. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. This one brought in by Jefferson. And they snap him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota.
Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And the deficit will stay at 2 field goals. So he had a chance to get him on the board there, but unfortunately that big yellow metallic structure in the back of the end zone, it had other plans.
And that's when we're kickers watching it the whole way saying, oh no, don't hit it. Rats.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Throwing, Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, Winston. And this one is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To the air again with Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time.
picked off by Chandon Sullivan.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Throwing, Cousins.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Winston. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Touchdown, Vikings!
Dalvin Cook as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And his kick is no good. Misses the PAT, a mistake there. And this remains a 7-point game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Winston throwing out right here, caught by Olave. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw is Winston.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Winston on 3rd and 2. Eluding, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ross Blacklock drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It's fielded at the 45. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Cousins now to throw on first down.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Cousins to throw it. Incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll get this down only to the 18. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota.
And that is no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points. Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Winston. And he slings one that's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 3rd down, Winston. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has...
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot They're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now.
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone, and I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered, they still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Here's Winston. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara from 13 yards out. And the Saints take the first turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will tie things up at 13. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Second down, they go right back to Cook. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find the hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 70. And the Saints have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook.
And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
To throw, Cousins. And Cook has it, left side. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. Cousins. And he'll just get rid of it.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
On 2nd down, Cook. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for 3rd. Cousins.
Short pass tip, but caught anyway. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Sometimes those tip balls turn out to be like a pinball. Just bounce all over the place. Everyone's got to go up and get it. In this case...
Well, we talk about tip drills for defensive players like you, but what about the offensive guys? They do any tip drills?
I think they work on it as well, oftentimes in the Hail Mary situations, because you're actually counting on a ball being tipped to give you an extra chance to catch it. They use that training well.
Running for it, here's Cook. Dalvin Cook turned away on 4th down, and the Saints will have the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. Play action now, Winston. And he rifles one incomplete.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield, incomplete.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking to throw on second down. Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So this game here in London, the first of 5 games in the NFL International Series for 2022. We'll see the Giants and Packers here next week. Broncos and Jags at Wembley at the end of the month. The Seahawks and the Bucs, that'll be in November in Munich, Germany. First time a game's been held there. And then we wrap up down in Mexico City, November 21st, Cardinals and Niners from Estadio Azteca. Now Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Here's Matt Araiza now. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Landry, agile footwork. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. He'll get this down to the 38.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Jameis to throw it. He'll find its tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
And Danielle Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
On any first and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7.
Winston to the sideline here on 4th down, and Will Lutz gets set for a New Orleans field goal try. The kick by Lutz is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This one fielded at the 5.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Flush to his right.
Adam Thielen, back-to-back catches. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Adam Thielen, a terrific wide receiver and synonymous with Minnesota football. You go back to high school, college ball in the state, and now his 9th season with the Minnesota Vikings. 10 touchdown catches last season, makes a nice catch there.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Play action now. Cousins. He'll buy some time right toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Now left side on the swing pass. Touchdown!
Dalvin Cook,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Vikings have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead.
And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Winston now to throw on first down.
Open man is the tight end Troutman.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
The Saints at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 39.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up. Winston. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
But they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. It wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
Tyrann Mathieu there to make the tackle.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it, try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Cousins now.
Open man, it's Reagor. He's got it. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
And now the throw here is incomplete. And with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Now Cousins.
That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On second down, it's Cook again.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And it's caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's second and goal.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.